What's going on there, YouTube? Vaping with Twisted 420 has returned. We are back, people. And all this week, I've been hitting you with a little bit of everything. You get a nice little starter kit. You get a nice 200 and something watt mod. Another little starter kit. Nice little 30 millimeter RTA. And that is all led up to today, which is Friday. Because, people, I have found my new favorite on-the-go mod. That's right, people. And I didn't see this coming. I just saw it as a thing. It had a weird name. I was like, what is this? Today, we're taking a look at the Joyetech Atopack Penguin. Yes, that's right. I don't know what the Atopack is or what that's about. But this is the Penguin, people. And it's really, really neat and super duper cheap. Okay. This is a little pod system, but it's a refillable, replaceable coil pod system. See what I'm saying? Just pops out. Oh, wow. Something's crawling on my head. What is that? Is that a bug? Was that a spider? I'm scared now. This is a pod system. But, okay, 2000 mAh battery, right? Runs at 50 watts at the most. This pod right here can hold from 2 mil for TPD regulations up to 8.8 mils. Right now, the ones that I have are the US or everywhere other than Europe versions that hold 8.8 mils. Okay? These coils, they're all sealed up. This thing, I've been using it for a while. I've been on one of the same 0.25 ohm coils that come with this thing for, oh, it was a bug. Get out of here. For 3 weeks, up to 3 weeks on this guy. Just been vaping on it, chilling on it. Very, very, very impressed. Very, very impressed. The best part about all this, before I even get into all the other stuff, this thing is normally 20 to 25 bucks online. I think it's awesome. I really do, and I'll explain to you why. First, let's talk about the contents. Inside the box, you get your mod, and then you get a micro USB cable. You get 2 coils, a 0.25 ohm and a 0.6 ohm. The 0.6 ohm is more restrictive. The 0.5 is, or 0.25 is looser. You also get a little protective cap that you can stick on your drip tip and a little protective bottom that you can stick on the bottom of your pod. I haven't had them leak, but in case they did, or if you wanted to sit them to the side for a while and come back to that flavor, you can just go ahead and pop that little sleeve on and sit it to the side. Good little storage solution. Not too shabby. So yeah, you get all that stuff, all that's well and good. But then these coils, very, very interesting coils. They work very differently. The liquid comes down vertically on top of the coil, and the coil is sitting horizontally facing out straight into the mouthpiece. Pretty dope. And these are Kanthal and cotton in there, but all around the whole coil itself is all ceramic. So it's a complete ceramic. It's a complete ceramic outer perimeter around the whole coil. Pretty damn dope. Pretty damn dope. And I don't know how much replacement coils cost. That's the only thing I'm not sure about. I'm wondering, are they going to be expensive? They're going to be cheaper? I don't know. But I've been in love with the 0.25. The 0.6 is supposed to be more of a mouth-to-lung coil. But honestly, the way this airflow is set up, it's still generous, in my opinion. It seems a little too generous to still be a mouth-to-lung coil, in my opinion. But I like the 0.25 more, obviously. And really, even though it's only 2,000 mAh at 50 watts with that 0.25 ohm coil, you get pretty decent battery life on this guy. I was able to make it through 3/4 of a day, and I still had plenty of juice left. It holds 8.8 mils. This thing's also available in a multitude of colors. Blue, red, white, black, and everything. I think the black looks very dope and very stealthy. It's like a big pebble. When I first grabbed these things out of the boxes, the whole body's aluminum on the side, so it was cold. It was interesting. I was like, oh, nice, little full metal body situation. That's just a random fact I wanted to insert. But yes, if it's been sitting somewhere cold, the body's gonna get cold or hot, depending on the temperature you're in. See what I'm saying? Now, all this stuff I told you is pretty cool. And it would be nothing, though, if it didn't vape well, and this guy vapes well. I'm really stoked about this, man. It's so small. Pop it in your shirt and it vapes well. Hold on, check it out. I'm just gonna take a hit. Fully charged battery, 0.25 ohm, 50 watts. Impressive. And it's using, I'm using Max VG liquid. It's wicking it no issue. This thing is super cool to me, and it's super easy to pop out. Just push your thumb up, bam, it pops out. Now here's where things get even cooler here on this coil. Let's talk about this pod. Let's talk about the pod for a second. Then I'll tell you about the other stuff. I'm all over the place, but I like this product. It's kind of exciting. This pod right here, on the side, it shows you how much e-liquid you're putting in it. You fill it all the way up, you're at 8.8 mils. You can also write in what brand liquid, what flavor, what nicotine, and what PG-VG ratio right on the side of the pod. That is cool in my opinion. Maybe you want to get multiple pods and put like 4 of your favorite liquids in them, and you could write on the side what's what. Super duper dope. When you first get this thing, it's gonna have a little plastic seal on the bottom. I used a knife because I got short fingernails, but you could use fingernails if you got them. And you pop it up. That's where your coil goes. Right there in the middle. Right there in the middle is where you fill it up with liquid. Adjacent to that, right over there, is the airflow for the mouthpiece. So all you do is you take your coil after you fill it up with liquid, you just take it and press it in. It presses right in. And then on the bottom, you got a couple of connections on the bottom plate. Inside the mod, you have what's basically still a 510 connection, but it's done a little bit differently. The pod presses into there and has a nice little satisfying click, and bam, you're vaping. I think that's pretty cool the way the pod and the coil is set up, in my opinion, and the 8.8 mils really gives me a semi. You know what I mean? I think that's fucking awesome. On the front of this thing, you do have micro USB charging on the face. It is 2 amp charging, so that is awesome. Right above it, you got a button. This button's pretty clicky. It's not bad. It's clicky enough, 5 clicks on and off, and you'll notice that you have a row of LEDs right there, 5 of them. As the battery decreases, those LED dots start to go away. So every time you hit it, it lights up. So you're gonna know where your battery's at all times. Right above the button, you have the airflow. It doesn't look that big, but it's a nice little slot, and it works great. Look, I can puff vapor out of it. I love that. It's like a little toy. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, if you cover it up, there's no airflow. Probably shouldn't do that. It might have primed the coil a little bit better. That's one thing on these coils too. You want to make sure you put some liquid in the coil, front and back, and through that slot that comes down the top. You want to make sure you got some juice in there. But man, overall, I think this dude is awesome. One last thing. I told you almost everything about it, except for on the bottom. On the bottom, you do have venting for the built-in 2000 mAh battery. There. Now you know everything you need to know. Honestly, man, I think this thing is fucking awesome. This could be, I always talk about how a mod that's good for the new vapor or the experienced vapor. This is the one. That 0.6 ohm coil is good. Throw some higher nic juice in there, and you're good to go. Most people just starting to smoke. This would be simple, easy to understand. You don't have to fidget with anything. Temperature control, adjusting wattage, and locking in resistance. You just pick it up, put some juice in it. It is a little complicated the way you put everything together, but after doing it a couple of times, I think most people would get the grasp of it. But yeah, somebody new to it, super simple. Somebody that's been vaping for forever, it vapes nice. It vapes nice and it's super small, and it holds a shit ton of liquid. You're walking around Disneyland or somewhere, you want to pop off to the side, a little park area, maybe have a toke, maybe I don't know. I'm good. I've been using it a lot, running to the store, running errands, doing things. This is going to be my new staple. I need to, the coils aren't in stock readily available. I haven't found them in stock anywhere, but I need to stock up on some because this is one of my new favorite on the go mod, and for all the reasons that I just explained to you. Yeah, all right. But yeah, let me have another toke here. Look at those thick, milky clouds coming out of this little bitty penguin. Now the penguin thing, they do have like a penguin on the front of it. I don't know if people are gonna bitch about that, about advertising kids or whatever, but I did notice it jumped out at me when I looked at the package. It's a fucking penguin, and I get it. It's kind of shaped like a penguin. The white one definitely looks like a penguin. See what I'm saying? I get it, but I don't know. People. I just had to mention it because I know somebody's gonna bitch about it somewhere, I'm sure. But let me get back to these dope ass clouds, yo. That 0.25 ohm coil is killer, and it's been lasting a long fucking time. I'm pretty stoked on this thing. I'm pretty stoked. One more toke, just so you guys know that this is real. No trick photography is being used. This is one of my favorite new things. And I don't know how they got all this cool tech and all this cool stuff going on, and it's still like 20, 25 bucks. That boggles my fucking mind. It's crazy. It's great. It's great. All right, I've ranted and raved enough. This video has been way longer than it needs to be, but I'm here to let you know I like this thing a lot. I really don't have anything to bitch about other than hasn't leaked on me, hasn't done anything bad. Maybe it could have had a little bit more wattage. I mean, not wattage. Wattage is fine. I'm fine with the 50 watts it puts out. If you like a lot of power, you might not like it. I wish it might have had a little bit more battery. I don't know, maybe 3,500 mAh, something like that. If it had a little bit more mAh, I get it. They wanted to make it small. It's lightweight as shit. Hot potato. But man, if this bitch was 3,500 mAh, I'd be super duper in love. But I still love it. For what it is, the battery lasts good. And you can see your juice level too. It's kind of dark. Everything's tinted, but you can still kind of see your juice level. Usually you have to pop it out. And then that's one thing too, to see your juice level, to really see it, you got to pop the pod out, then look at the side on there. But other than that though, that and a little bit more battery, I can't complain. I like it. And fuck, this video has been long enough, people. Links in the description if you're gonna go look around, take a gander. I don't give a shit. But I did tell you. We all know that's worth something. So really, folks, with that being said, thank you for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Remember, doesn't matter what the fuck you're vaping on, as long as you're not on them motherfucking stinkies. As long as you ain't on them smokes, you're good. And last but not least, you stay sexy, YouTube. Me and the motherfucking Atopack Penguin, we're out. Vaping saves more lives than happy feet.